Hey everyone, welcome to another review here on Go Mango.
No!
Alright, as always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
Dude, welcome back. On today's episode, we're going to be reviewing for you episode 33, I believe? Yeah, of Kamen Rider Saber. We've got tons of comments, to get through for you guys. But before that, let's dive into our thoughts. And I thought good elements, bad elements. I feel like the bad elements were like, I guess we could divide this up into an A and B plot. Good elements were in the B plot, bad elements were in the A plot. The stuff with Ren and Disaster, that was really good. I like seeing their relationship blossom. I hate Ren, and Disaster's making him so much better. And like it recontextualizes, because his whole thing, Ren's whole philosophy, might makes right and all that stuff, and we got a recall of that this episode. And now he's aligned himself with the villain, so we you recognize now that, okay, the viewpoint he's taking is very incorrect and it's leading him down a very bad path. So I appreciate that they are making consequences for that very bad mindset. I love it. Even though they did sort of win this fight, but he's got to get high on these wins in order to crash hard. So I can't wait to see it.
I don't know. For me, it feels like he's going down the right path. Just because I just like Disaster as a character so much that if he's piling around with him, like I wish for their success.
Fair.
Like honestly,
fair.
if Disaster wins at the very end, I'm not even sure what he's gonna be doing. He seems like so like lackadaisical, like throughout the entire series.
Yeah,
like he could conquer the world if he wants to, but I don't really think he wants to. He's just gonna like beat everyone and just chill out, and then watch other people beat themselves to death, because that's kind of what happened here when you were just like watching Kenzan, who, by the way, can henshin, but he just can't activate any of the sword's powers. So I'm glad they at least clarified that. No wonder you couldn't just like blow Savalo away.
Yeah. So that was it was weird to, I guess, have it be sealed and like not give us any context into like what sealed even means.
Yeah, but at least we got to see a little bit more of that here. And then considering Disaster is also kind of like neutered, and we're not really sure of his like total power level, like either way. So maybe he's still kind of nerfed. And if he's kind of like sealed, he can teach a swordsman who's also kind of sealed. So it makes sense for them to be like together. So there's that. And while Kenzan's getting his little training arc, we have another Trident boy who's also trying very hard to get stronger.
God. They gave him a shirtless scene. That was they sprayed him with the most water. They put him in the hyperbolic time chamber where everybody else was.
Yeah, but he's actually strong enough to stand up during it and not just
throw
himself on the ground every time he swings his sword. So
yeah,
obvious power scaling right there. Real consistent stuff. Good to see.
But
I just don't know why he just wasn't paying attention to anything Sabella was saying. It's like, hey, they had Megiddo kind of like working with some of the people here. Like, do you know anything about this, or do you have any thoughts? He's like, can you just shut up and let me train? Like, training for what? I guess he's just Master Lokes' lapdog, so they're just gonna keep him to that.
I guess.
We could have a character, we could not.
I'm waiting on Sabella's, defecting. But that might not be for a while. And I would say potentially a stronger plot than what we had for the crux of the episode.
Let's avoid that for a little bit longer.
Sure.
This reminds me of something I said way earlier, where if a character just doesn't work in the group dynamic, throwing them on the other side tends to work a lot better. So when like I had like issues with Kenzan, and we're like kind of first kind of like discussing like, oh, maybe he defects because like Kento died. Like that would make his character so much better because he's like always angry all the time. It would work really well with him. And Sabla as antagonist wasn't very convincing like at all. But I felt like later down the road, because we kind of like knew that she was going to get a writer form, she'd probably be a much better ally than an enemy. And I'm kind of hoping we get that relatively soon. So, because I think she would work really well with these characters. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously more so than Durandal because he's
Uh,
not a person right now.
like I'm what a waste. What an absolute waste of a perfectly good actor. Uh
Well, maybe he's not a good actor. That's why they're making him do that. Maybe they're stalling time for a suit actor to come in. Yeah.
They don't give him the best stuff to do
No.
anyway. Like you gotta give it's give and take. You gotta give him something awesome to say. I don't know. And we also got the laserdaxical reveal that like what's her face? Um the cuckoo bird lady?
Sophia.
Sophia is a copy and or like, stand-in for um Luna,
Yeah.
which is why?
Like honestly, I was really disappointed in how much that made perfect sense in my mind. I'm just like, because like I think it's one of our earliest theories, like at the very beginning of the show, is just like, oh, Sophia's probably like related to Luna because they just seem like they're probably the
Yeah.
same character type. So her just being like an alternate version of her makes sense, like
And
they're already in like the same kind of like branch of characters.
sure, I don't know. There's I I yet to find it too relevant, but then again, we had the follow up on the Lost Key, and the Lost Key just makes more Sophia's, and I mean, like that in itself should have caused alarm when May went up to her and said, "Hey, yeah, remember that important key that you told me to take care of? I lost it. I'm sorry. Oh no, it's fine. You they made a whole nother you. That's not okay."
Yeah,
I,
I'm not sure if they really care all too much, or at least I'm not sure if Sophia really cares all too much about anything at all. She just shows like mild concern at the very most, even when her team was kind of like breaking apart because of
Mhm.
when Caliber was first striking the group. She's just like, I'll just talk to him. She's like, do you not understand how these people are feeling going into those fights and what it would mean for them to see you talking to him? Like, she, she's
I mean,
obviously like unaware. Like, she,
yeah. It might be a thing of like since she is a copy, she's not like a true person and doesn't have the same agency as a real person would have. And I guess on some level that makes sense, but on another level, like you've just made this person, an accessory. This is not like, you take a lot of agency away from this character. They are just a bystander and a means to an end. Um,
yeah.
for whatever. I mean, I guess all of them are just a means to an end for the plot. It's just it feels a little shitty that she has to be like fully made for that purpose. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just me.
It's just like if you had any theories about like, oh, maybe she has like some connections to like Master Logos or the Megiddo or something like significant like that. It's like no, she was literally just created to babysit these guys in the Northern Base.
Yeah.
And then we did get like a little snippet of Luna because for some reason the plot holes just kind of like appeared within the show. We actually got to see it, and we're just like, oh. And Luna just wanted to make sure everyone knew that she was still existing in the show,
Right. Right.
which makes Toma go absolutely insane. I mean, he was already kind of going like real ham in like because of Kento. I thought that part was appropriate because
Yeah.
he finally gets to sit down and talk to him, and it seems that Kento is maybe toward like sort of leaning towards his side because like nothing's going the way of his visions. So
Right.
maybe Toma can kind of like talk him out of like all that nonsense and kind of like bring him in. But like once that stuff kind of happens with Luna, like it kind of reaffirms in Kento. He's like, oh well, like the whole reason I'm doing this in the first place is to ensure that he doesn't die. So
Right.
I was like, okay, that makes a bit more sense there.
Yeah.
I still hate their attachment to Luna. That freaking flashback didn't really add
Oh my god! The more they
anything.
reveal, the less I care. Like the worse the backstory gets. You water it down each and every time you go back there. Like, oh hey, your friend got lost. Oh hey, your friend got lost immediately after you said you made a promise that hey, we'll stick together forever. And then oh hey, your friend got lost. You made a promise because you got mad, ran away, and then came back. Really boring, really low stakes. I don't fucking care about the drama between children. It doesn't matter.
Yo, but Logos being like, hey Kento, I told your dad to go throw that chick in that freaking wormhole. Just to be even more of a scumbag. Like
Yeah,
they obviously need to build up Master Logos as an antagonist a little bit more, so they're just throwing like anything that just sticks.
I
I don't
guess.
care. Like it's to be assumed that he could be behind this all. I guess him telling Kento that he did it makes some sense, but there's just like so little already on that character's plate right now that I'm just like,
Yeah.
it still doesn't make
Yeah.
it better.
Like the thing is, we know his motivations already, and they're boring, and I don't care if his plot goes through or if he wins or loses or not. It's like
It's like the Megiddo because they had the same thing. Like they're just trying to bring back the Omniscient book. Like
yeah,
they try to do it by beating all the writers. They obviously can't. So then like Logos is like trying to pull some strings and like maybe helping the Megiddo out because they both have the same goal of bringing the book out.
sure.
Uh, I mean that's fine and all, but the Megiddo didn't care when that plan got foiled. So like, why would I care like now?
Yeah, I don't know. Saber's having a real tough time, like getting a good plot in there. We had one good episode, and that was 2 episodes ago, and I'm really missing it. Uh, damn, I really hope we, because this was supposed to be the second wind. This is episode 33 already. I feel like, and potentially spoilers if nobody looks at trailers or anything. Don't want to ruin this for you, but there is going to be a special where Saber and Ghost get together. That's really all I'm looking forward to, because
Yeah.
their shows are so garbage on their own, but Ghost is good, anywhere else. And maybe, just maybe, Saber will be good outside of his own show. And it's directed by Sakamoto, so it's got a few good things going for it.
Yeah, just make sure you watch the was it the other special as well, because that's gonna be needed for the following episode, unrelated to the Ghost X Saber one.
Wait, you mean Kamen Rider Zero One Others?
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
the one with the Phoenix form for Saber,
Oh, the
because we see
movie.
him in
Oh.
the preview
Is
for
that
next week's episode.
is that subbed? Let us know in
Yeah,
the
it is
comments
up.
if it is.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I
like a
do
few
you
days
want
ago.
11:30. You want to watch that today?
Oh, we can definitely do that after we wrap this up.
All right, cool. So hey, before we wrap up, we have one comment from you guys, and that comment comes from Chest of Greatness. What a great chest! So Chest of Greatness says, "Oh great, another shirtless blue character. I can't believe Master Logos is wielding both Kento's old sword and Ogami's giant sword. Ren is now a gangster thanks to Disaster. I knew that Toma's death was a vision, but I wish it could have been longer along with the fight. This is surprising that Sophia is an artificial life form, and the book's story is the key to her existence. Also, Bahat is back, but I wish they could have told us his backstory during the movie. I haven't seen it yet. And Reika, you don't have to do this. Just face reality and realize you're on the wrong side of justice. We went through it with Blades, and I agree. I am tired of it, but this show tends to move as slow as possible. But hey, we're not moving as slow as possible because that was the end of the review. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the episode, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Tell us in the comments down below what you thought about our thoughts about your thoughts about this episode. And while you're down there, links in the description to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as the hashtag Stop Anti-Asian Hate. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it.
See ya.
Whew. All right. You got a link?
Yeah.
How
Oh,
long
why?
is this?
I have no idea.